So when it comes to a brain boost, we've talked about ketones, whether that be through the diet or through exogenous or MCT oil, and then your body making them. Creatine, which has benefits for the brain and the body. You've mentioned electrolytes, which can have brain benefits. I'm trying to think, was there one other one we've talked about when it comes to a supplement that helps the brain?
Vitamin G.
We haven't gotten to that. You've mentioned it. I know methylene blue. That's
Yeah.
something you're a fan of. We talked about that last time.
Yep.
Basically, at this point in the conversation, let's bring different brain biohacks we haven't talked about in. Methylene blue, melatonin, other things you might be using.
Ginkgo biloba. I took some right before this conversation. I took Ginkgo biloba. I forget how many milligrams, maybe 500. Ginkgo biloba helps to deliver blood flow to the brain. So it helps with productivity, focus, clarity. I took that. I also took methylene blue this morning. And when you combined methylene blue with either sunlight or red light, it really activates it. It's great for the mitochondria. It's interesting because there's a lot of conversation now about like Paul Saladino, and I think I saw somebody else talk about the problems with methylene blue, but I'm still a fan of it. It's going to support the mitochondria, and a lot of people have mitochondrial dysfunction. With that being said, I'm not a fan of taking methylene blue every day. I use it cyclically. I think everybody should use it cyclically, and I'll do cyclical high doses, like 20 milligrams of methylene blue, but I'm not doing it every day. But it feels incredible. My brain gets turned on. So methylene blue, ginkgo biloba. Dr. John Laurence has a great product called Satori, which has a few of these ingredients and properties in it. So I took that this morning as well. MCT oil, exogenous ketones, melatonin is great for the brain as well. And when I say melatonin, I'm talking about like high dose melatonin, 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams of melatonin before bed. Great for brain health, immune system, oxidative stress, and fasting. Fasting is great for improving brain-derived neurotropic factor in the brain, which is like brain fertilizer.
Well, you mentioned coffee. We can bring that in here too. Caffeine.
Yeah.
So you talked about it being a potent adjunct when it comes to fat loss. Bring in coffee and talk about how you use that for fat loss and brain health.
I think coffee is underrated. And when I say coffee, it needs to be the right type. And I'll explain what I mean. But coffee has been shown to support cardiovascular health, actually support high blood pressure. People think it raises high blood pressure. It's not common to do that. The caffeine and the chlorogenic acid, the CGA in the coffee, is where the magic happens. So chlorogenic acid, it's one of the most powerful polyphenols in coffee beans. It's been shown to help the body break down fatty acids for fuel, increase ketone production because you're breaking down fatty acids for fuel. It's been shown to help your liver produce healthier levels of bile, which is a detergent to break down fat and helps with detoxification. It's been shown to lower LDL small particle, like bad cholesterol particles, and also boost brain health and also help with fat loss. There's a Norwegian study I put in the book that showed women who are drinking high CGA coffee lost twice the amount of weight versus women who are drinking low CGA brews. So not all coffee is created equal. When I say coffee, I am not talking about, I don't know if I could call them out in your show, but commercial chains out there that you find all over the place. I'm not talking about the places that you find in the airport at your corner store. I'm referring to organic, ideally fair trade coffee that has been tested for contaminants like heavy metals, molds, and you want it to be a medium roast. If it's a dark roast, you lose about 75% of the CGA, and that has a lot of the benefits. So you want to be a medium roast, or a light roast has more caffeine. I like a medium roast. And organic, the way I make mine is with a French press. I use a certain brand out there that's organic and it meets all my criterias. And I sometimes I'll put protein in my coffee. Sometimes I'll put the MCT oil, not putting the butter anymore, but that's the way I make it. But it's great for fat loss, great for energy, great for the brain. It's a great tool in the shed.
Tying back to what we talked about earlier, where if we're taking in fat, we're not going to burn fat to the same extent. Somebody new to this, incorporating coffee in the morning, would you say to keep out the MCT at that point and then use that later on when they get to their ideal weight?
If they're new, Jesse, I'm okay with them adding the MCT oil and even the butter because it's just going to help them feel better as they transition. First, and when I say new, the first couple of weeks. After that, yes, what you just said is a good idea. Let's start lowering the fat intake by removing the butter, removing the MCT oil. If your goal is to lose fat, belly fat, yes, because what we said earlier, you're going to have to metabolize the fat calories before your body fat. So yes, I would recommend removing that until you get close to your goal weight.
If you enjoyed that clip, you're going to want to head over here and catch the full episode. I'll see you over there.
I focused on hormones and inflammation. I lost 80 pounds of fat in 9 months. I went from 34% body fat at my highest to 6% body fat at my leanest. And that was 17 plus years ago. I am proof that it worked and I kept it off since then.